A very good day to everyone. I'm going to start with the introduction of myself and continue with the group member. My name is Sivaniswara Analaki Manokaran from BMMP 1 stroke 2. Let's continue with Azam.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Azamuddin bin Ahdin. I'm from BMMP Group 1/2. Next.
My name is Lavinia Imas Ana Hendrisa. I'm from BMP.
My name is Adilka Yunis. I am from BMP Section 1.
We are from BMMP section. Let's start our forum with introduction of this forum. There are two acts bonding all organizations in Malaysia to ensure the workers are being protected from all risks coming to the workplace hazard. Factory and Machinery 1967, FMA 1967, and Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, OSHA, Regulation Guideline, and Code of Practice have been drawn up to support both acts. There are two topics to discuss in this forum. First will be role of OSH legal requirement in business management and the Occupational Safety and Health Act in Malaysia and its salient feature. It will let Lavinia to introduce OSH legal requirement in terms of FMA 1967 and OSHA 1994.
Thank you. So, Malaysia is a rapidly industrializing country, has made considerable strides in improving the safety and health of its workforce with the goal of achieving the status of developed country. In recent years, this was most marked by the introduction of the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. The 1994 Occupational Safety and Health implemented on 25th February 1994 marked as a significant landmark in the development of occupational safety and health in Malaysia. So as you want to know, workplace exposure in Malaysia are governed under the 1967 Factories and Machinery Act and under the more detailed 1994 Occupational Safety and Health Act to feature clarify the provision in the Act. Occupational Safety and Health 1994 is endorsed by rules, code, and practice and guidelines. The Department of Occupational Safety and Health, formerly known as Factories and Machineries Department, enforces both FMA 1967 and OSHA 1994. The FMA stress protection in 1967, while the OSHA in 1994 put equal emphasis on addressing health risks in the workplace. That's all from me. Introduction of OSHA 1994 and FMA 1967.
Okay, thank you, Nia. A brief introduction of Occupational Safety and Health Management System, OSHMS, play as a significant role in the functioning of the organization overall management system. Actually, the adoption of the OSHMS reflect the necessity to implement an integrated management approach aimed to prevent any possible occupational risk. In general, an OSHMS is based on the proper guideline that help to successfully follow a process of organization change that is focused on leadership and support. The development and implementation of an effective OSHMS ensure that work environment is safe and healthy. Moreover, an OSHMS is designed for all type of organization regardless of the nature of their business activity and products that are focused on demonstration of the objective evidence of implementation the best practice in today's competitive environment. Due to effective OCCMS, it is possible to improve worker morale, motivation, and productivity, reduce injury and disease in the workplace, and attract more and more clients. Let's Azam continue.
Okay, thank you for our moderator Siwa. I will continue about objective of OSHMS. First, the purpose of an OSHMS is to help organization to control their risk and improve performance. Today, many business organizations realize that technological advance and increased computing bring certain change in working condition, work environment, and operation. Therefore, it is necessary to develop new strategies and find new solutions to apply for prevention of well-known hazard and risk, and some emerging hazards such as biological and physical hazard. There are several models of occupational health and safety management system, each of which serve one and the same purpose to reduce hazard and risk through the purpose and improve the organization performance. As a rule, an OSS management system can be viewed as the established framework at all organizational level for, for continued OSS improvement and providing compliance with the OSS policy.
Okay, thank you, Azam. Okay, there are few elements of an OSH management system which include management commitment and policy, planning, implementation. The include a variety of activity, the proper allocation of resources, integration of OSH policies into other management system within the organization, coordinate of the OSH system component, designation of responsibility for implementation of the OSH plan, program and procedures, and other activity. Our first discussion will be the role of OSH in terms of policy. Let's Andika's support.
Thank you, Siva. So now I will explain the roles of OSH. In terms of policy, an OSH policy is a written document which expresses the organization commitment to employees' health, safety, and well-being. It is a foundation for the effort taken to provide a suitable working environment. The policy should influence all the activities, including the selection of people, equipment, and materials, the day work is done, and how the design and provide goods and services. Set a clear policy statement for safety and health. The policy statement can be brief, but it will be that the first one, the organization is committed to take every reasonable effort to eliminate the hazard that cause accident and injuries. Their organization recognizes that all employees have the right to work in safe and healthy environment consistent with the national occupational safety and health laws and regulation and any requirement the organization subscribe to. The third one, the organization is committed to ensuring the safety, health, and welfare of its employee and any other people who may affected by the organization operation. The fourth one, the organization is committed to continually improve the OSH performance by improving the implementation of the OSHMS. So the fifth one, it is the responsibility of management to develop, implement, and review. In participation with its employee, the organization OSH policies. And the last one is all employees are required to understand the policy and their responsibilities to support the organization in achieving the OSH policy that has been set. So the policies should be drawn in participation with employees and their representative. The second one, it should be stated in clear, unambiguous, and unequivocal terms. The third one, it should be signed by the most senior accountable person in the organization. And the fourth one, it should be kept up to date. And the final one, it must communicate to employees and individual or groups concerned with or affected by OSH performance, and the policy must demonstrate the commitment and way to manage the safety and health matters in organization. There are no set rules on what should include in policy, but it is often only one page long. The most senior accountable person in the organization should endorse the policy. Next, Lavinia should we continue with.
Thank you, Adika. So I will explain about the organizing part. The role, responsibility, accountability, and authority of all employees who perform duties that are part of the OSHMS should be clearly defined, documented, and communicated to respective employees. This can be described in job description, manual, and procedure. The executive ownership and accountability of OSH performance is a critical feature, where the employer is held directly accountable for each aspect of the OSH program. When determining the resources required, an organization should consider first, financial and human resources, second, the technologies, third, the instructor and equipment, fourth, information system and training. The employer should appoint the person at senior management level as OSH management representative to develop, implement, evaluate, and report on the performance of OSHMS. The management representative will be supported by the other personnel who have delineated responsibility for monitoring the overall operation of OSHMS.
So, Lavinia, can you explain what does this really mean?
Sorry. Sorry, Adeka. The employer has to be clearly define responsibility, accountability, and authority for the OSHMS. Every member of the organization should be understand their respective responsibility, authority, and accountability for OSH issues.
Okay. So, what measure should the organization take to fulfill the requirements?
Mm, the organization should ensure that every employee is accountable for their health and of their co-employees. It should also consider incorporating this accountability into job description and when of reviewing it during perform appraisal. All employees should possess the necessary mental skill, physical preparation, and knowledge to work safety. Management and employees should demonstrate competence of safety conduct. This competence can be acquired through a combination of education, certificate, experience, and working place training. When necessary, the organizations could engage competent consultant from external sources. That's all.
How can they do the training?
Okay, can I answer this part, Lavinia? As for the
Yes.
training, as for the training, what they can follow the following approach, which is they have 4 steps, and I will explain step by step. First, for the first step is determine what training the organization need or prepare OSH training metric. The OSH training metric is a tool which can be used to assist employers and supervisors to identify what OSH training are required for their workers. The metric aims to compile a list of OSH training modules necessary to equip workers with the skills, knowledge, and information to effectively manage hazard exposure during their working days. Second step is prepare the training plan. Prepare training plan by prioritizing and training modules and develop a training schedule for the organization. It is recommended that the regulation and hazard management training modules are delivered first. The other modules listed within the OSHA training matrix can be delivered in an order appropriate to the workers' needs. Uh, Third step is deliver the training. Once the plan is developed, train the workers in accordance with the training plan and schedule. May require developing the training module for the topic cover within the workers' specific element. Must ensure that the information is easy to understand and try using variety of training method to deliver the message. Also, ensure that the trainer has enough time to prepare the resource and venue. Competency training should be conducted by competent person. The last step is evaluation of training. Check whether the training has worked or not to make sure that the training program is accomplishing its goal and evaluation of the training can be valuable. Training should have as one of its critical component a method of measuring and effectiveness of the training. A plan for evaluating the training session, either written or throughout by the employers, should be developed when the course objective and content are developed. It shall not be delayed until the training has been complete. Evaluation will help employers or supervisor determine the amount of learning achieved and whether an employee's performance has improved on the job. Thank you.
So, as for the planning and implementing, there are consists of initial review, system planning development, and implementation, occupational safety and health objective. So for the first part, initial review, the organization existing OSH management system and relevant arrangement should be evaluated by an initial review as appropriate. In the case where no OSH management system exists, or if the organization is newly established, the initial review should serve as a basis for establishing an OS management system. The initial review should be carried out by competent person in consultation with workers and their representative as appropriate. For the second part is the system planning development and implementation. The purpose of planning should be to create an OS management system that support as the minimum compliance with national laws and regulations. The elements of the organization OS management system and continual improvement in OS performance. So the third part is occupational safety and health objective. Consistent with the oil policy and based on the initial or subsequent review, measurable oil objectives should be established which are specific to organization and appropriate to and according to its size and nature of activity. The second one, consistent with the relevant and applicable national laws and regulation and the technical and business obligation of the organization with regard to OSH. And the third one, focus toward continually improving workers' OSH protection to achieve the best OSH performance.
Okay, multidiscipline field of occupational health and safety with the goal of occupational safety and health program is concerned to foster a safe and healthy work environment. The main focus on occupational health include promotion and maintain of working capacity and employee health, improvement of working environment, develop of work culture and organization to support health and safety, promotion of positive social climate and smooth operation, ensures productivity of the organization. Occupational health and safety OHS standard mandate radiation removal or replacement of job site hazard. OSH program also help minimize the effect of such hazard Occupational health and safety considerably benefit the company as healthy employees are guaranteed to be more productive. Company management and employee are obliged to provide a safe working environment for all of the employees. Working condition and employment in the executive economy need to embrace important determinants of working hours, salary, maternity policy, for health promotion and protection. The employer or supervisor acting as the representative are legally responsible for the safety and health of workforce and workplace. The common goal remain to identify hazardous material condition and practice at workplace, assist employer and workers in reducing or elimination the risk, with the goal to ensure the employee work effectively. Occupational health and safety target employer and employees. Occupational health and safety cooperation aspect promote workplace condition. Occupational safety professionals are concerned about all workplace hazards with emphasis on prevention of workplace fatalities and traumatic injuries. Industry hygienists are a source of special expertise to identify and control hazard associated with acute or chronic exposure to chemical, physical, and biological agents. Occupational medicine physician and occupational health nurse are distinguished by providing clinical care program aimed to at health protection and promotion of disease prevention. The service provide include health screening and surveillance program, diagnosis, prevention, and treatment of work-related injury and illness. Prepare, Pre-placement and periodic return to work examination, independent medical examination, impairment evaluation, disability and case management, drug testing, behavioral and emotional counseling to avoid effect on job performance. Such simple improvement can increase competitiveness, profit, profitability, and motivates the workforce.
Thank you for the explanation about OSH management system. So the challenges for the future development of OSH management system. OSH management system does not function as independent system, but they are impacted on by a range of internal and external factors. The compatibility with a changing external environment and development of an internal context that is supportive to OSH suggests that the main challenges for the future development of occup- occupational health and safety management system are first to make a OSH MS better suited to the changing world of work, where production is increasingly outscored and risk can be easily shifted to the partner in a supply chain. Second, to develop OSHMS that contribute implicitly to organizational strategy and business goals, as well as a deliver OSH benefits. In this respect, the growing attention to corporate social responsible forms and opportunity to develop innovative OSH, MS, and OSH strategies. To factor business, et- ethnic, and organizational learning processes into the design and functioning of OSH, MS. This implies additional dimension such as business ethics and value management. To develop useful and practical set of performance indicator in order to monitor development of OSH, MH, and OSH performance. I think that all about the challenge for future develop of OSH management system.
Okay, guys, let we moving on the second discussion of the forum, which is the Occupational Safety and Health Act in Malaysia and its salient features. Azam, let begin.
Okay, thank you, Spanish Maran. I will explain about the objective of OSHA 1994. First, secure the safety, health and welfare of persons at work against risk and safety or health arising out of the activities of person at work. Second, to protect person at a place of work other than person at work against risk to safety or health arising out of the activities of person at work. Third is promote an occupational environment for person at work which is adapted to the physiological and physio- phys- physiological needs. Last one is provide the means whereby the associated occupational safety and health legislation may be progressively replaced by a system of regulation and approved industry code of practice operating in combination with the provision of this act designed to maintain or improve the standard of safety and health.
So I will continue. From the objective of Occupational Safety and Health Act, OSHA in Malaysia, and its salient features is the first one is to set standards. OSHA set health and safety standard for the workplaces. They do so after listening to the recommendation from their various advisory committees. Sometimes they come up with standard on their own, and at other times they come up with standard through responding to the requests from the other groups and government agencies. They publish those standards so employers can follow them. They sometimes grant variances if an employer can't meet the standard right away. They also revise standard as necessary since technology and other elements in the workplace do change. They can also assess penalties to workplace in violation. So for the second one is to listen and respond to worker appeals. Other one of the functions of OSHA is to listen to worker concern and find way to respond them appropriately. Workers can file a complaint about safety and health issue in the workplace by calling or writing OSHA. OSHA make it clear that this is a worker right and that employees cannot punish by demoting or other means workers who file such complaint. And the third one publishes research and data on workplace safety. OSHA is a part of Department of Labor, which publishes through the Bureau of Labor Statistics information on injuries, illness, and fatalities related to the workplace. They also make available data on the workplace standard that are most often violated, as well on the workplace fatalities. And the fourth one, issue hazard alerts that help employers keep workers safe. OSHA also issue hazard alerts to employers to let them know of potential dangers and to inform them of where they can help workers to avoid such danger. An example of a recent hazard alert is information on risk for workers who are doing manual tank gouging and sampling at site for oil and gas extraction. For the fifth one, to provide training and education. OSHA provide learning resources such as video and interactive web-based tools on a wide range of health and safety topics, including those related to construction, working with electric power, food processing, working in a hospital, woodworking, just to name a handful. Their training institute provide classes in occupational safety and health for workers, such as compliance officers, federal agent, consultant, and others.
Okay. As conclusion, under the OSH law, employer have a responsibility to provide a safety workplace. The role of OSH legal requirement in business management are to protect the employees from hazards. For the employer must comply with the OSHA statutory requirement standard and regulation that required to provide the employers with job and place of employment free from recognized hazard and they are causing or likely to cause death or serious physical harm. OSHA important in business is because OSHA play a key role in making the facility a safe, healthy place to work. Beyond providing the tool and guidelines to work toward an injury and illness free workplace, OSHA is important to identify businesses that are not committed to safety. Employers that do not carefully follow OSHA regulation often face hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in fines. The selling of OSHA in Malaysia at work is to reduce the occupational accident in Malaysia. Under the Act, the employers have the right to claim for certain benefits such as medical benefit, disablement benefit, constant attendance allowance, dependent benefit, funeral benefit, survivor pension, and invalidity pension. The employment injury scheme under SOCSO provide protection to employees against occupational injury including occupational disease and committing accident. Okay, I think that's all for our discussion today. Thank you, Andika. Thank you, Nia. And thank you, Azam.
Thank you.
Thank you.